gosh, thank you guys so much for once again tuning into my YouTube channel, the Amy Melodies YouTube channel. I am of course Amy Melodies, and I'm so excited that you guys have decided to subscribe, to click on the link and check out what goes on this channel. With that being said, if you've just tuned into the channel and have no idea what happens here, subscribe now, ask questions later. Just click on the subscribe button, yeah, and then the notifications button. Perfect. Now let me tell you what happens on this channel. So since we're all in quarantine and have no idea what happens on the outside world, I take it upon myself to go out there, risk my life, get information, find out what's trending in South Africa, and bring it right back into this YouTube channel. Also, do not forget to follow me on social media pages. On Instagram, it is at Amy_Melodies. On Facebook, it is Amy Melodies. On Twitter, it is at Amanda_Minete. So just follow me, like my stuff. Don't like it, it's okay as long as you follow me. And with all that being said, let me not waste any more time and just get to the business, get to why I am here. Trending in South Africa at number 1 is our President Cyril Ramaphosa's address of the nation on the 13th of May. Time was 8:30. He was obviously late as always, so he kind of like made it around 8:45. That's when he made it, but I mean, we're just glad he made it, honestly. Number 2, Madagascar has found a cure for COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. And number 3, the entertainment industry has found itself in huge strain. Number 4, Eskom is back. I was being sarcastic. There's nothing celebratory about Eskom being back. So yeah, that was sarcasm. I'm not excited about Eskom being back. Number 5, Steen Haston. What's that? I can't really get his name. I can't pronounce it properly. What's wrong with me? Anyway, he's trending. Number 6, hashtag put South Africa first is back. And it was trending for the longest time. It died out a little and it came back. So I'm going to be letting you guys know what's up with that hashtag and what it represents. Moving along, at number 7, China. China is trending. So is xenophobia. At number 8, it is zooming with the zoomers. So you guys obviously know our previous president, our former president rather, Mr. Gedlihlekisa Jacob Zuma, and his son Duduzane Zuma. And number 9, our favorite celebrity, Lerato LKG Kganyago, has gotten divorced after being married for 2 months. That broke my heart, honestly. And then at number 10, the hottest hashtag on Twitter. So let me not waste any more time and just get to it. So our president Cyril Ramaphosa came on national television, on the national news channels, and had addressed the nation about the possibility of us entering into level 3 at the end of May. But it was, well, basically what he said was there are different stages, right? There's stage 5, there's stage 4, there's stage 3. Some provinces will be able to go into stage 3, some won't be. It will all be based on how they do, like the cases of COVID-19 that they receive, if they are showing any changes or if the numbers are still piling up. So based on that, that will decide whether that particular province is going to go to stage 3 or remain at stage 4. He also said a whole lot of things that nobody understood. So I'm just gonna stick to the part where I understood what he was saying. The whole nation was just like, what's going on? Still in rehab. we're still in rehab and we're not enjoying it at all. So open bottles, please. Thank you. And at number 2, Madagascar has been trending. Rajolina has discovered the cure for COVID-19, also known as coronavirus. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about it, asking questions about how the president did not address the nation in regards to this cure that has been found. Most people are, conspiracy theorists are saying things like, well, he's obviously waiting for the Europeans to decide. The president of Madagascar has, stepped on forward and has said things like the World Health Organization had offered to give him 20 million rands to poison the cure, which, guys, it is hectic. Like, I promise you, this is literally what he said. He had also talked about how there were hits planned on him because he has found the cure, and he has talked about how Africans should refrain from being in partnership with the Europeans because the Europeans seem to be doubting this cure because it is African and the Europeans did not discover it. I mean, honestly, I'd love to share my political views when it comes to this, but I cannot because I am neutral at this point, and the only information that I'm going to give you guys is the information that I get. So it is completely up to your interpretation. If you have any views about what I just said, if you feel like he is right, if you feel like no, we should listen to the World Health Organization, you are more than welcome to hit me up on the comment section and tell me what you think. We can have a conversation. Everybody involved in this conversation can actually voice out their opinions. You are more than welcome. So I'm excited to find out what you have to say about this. Number 3, the entertainment industry, South African entertainment industry, is going through a lot of strain. Now, since coronavirus has struck, a lot of people have lost their jobs or they're put on timeout on jobs, especially people in the entertainment industry, because they cannot work. And there was apparently supposed to be a relief fund that was supposed to be distributed to all businesses, including entertainment and the economic business sectors, everything basically, and while most people have received their relief funds, the entertainment industry is still waiting. Minister of Arts and Culture, Natim Tetwa, took on stage to say, oh, we hear you, we are going to be assisting you guys, and until today nothing has been done to help all these people who are in the entertainment industry, who need help, who cannot put food on their table, who are struggling severely to make rent, to pay bills, and do all the other essential things that they need to do. So it is really sad to see that the government is still not paying attention to that sector of the economy. But with number 4, Eskom is back. So load shedding came back in the form of power restrictions. Yeah, that's the term they're using now. It's no longer load shedding, it's power restrictions. So Eskom has said that in places where electricity seems to be consumed, like high percentages of electricity seem to be assumed, they will be cutting down electricity there for a couple of hours in order to, carry on generating electricity for the rest of the country. Now, I'm very confused because there's money that came out to assist municipalities, and Eskom still needs money. What's going on? What's going on? And it is winter, it is cold, we're already struggling with the COVID-19 virus. We still have to struggle with electricity now. Like, is that our life? Like, we're going to be fighting a virus in the dark? What about hospitals that need electricity to function? What's going to happen to them? Hi, South Africa. No, man, South Africa is a badly behaved country, honestly. I'm just like, something needs to be done about Eskom, honestly. Number 5, Steenhuisen. I'm sorry, I don't like this guy. Personally, I don't like him. So he took on to stage and he was, you know, addressing the president, and he was like, oh, you guys need to stop the lockdown, it is not good for the economy, and if you don't do it, we are going to do it. We are going to stop lockdown ourselves. The reason behind him being so frustrated with the lockdown is because most European business owners are suffering under the lockdown rules. They are unable to capitalize, they are unable to make money because, you know, some businesses are shut down, some workplaces are shut down, so they are unable to produce goods or services or whatever it is that they do. So they are upset by the lockdown rules, completely ignoring the fact that there are people who might die because of the COVID-19 virus if we decide to go out too soon, and all these restrictions that have been put to place will obviously be in vain. So yeah, it's sad to know that there are still people who are more interested in making money during a time like this than considering other people's health. How thoughtful. How thoughtful. Number 6. Hashtag Put South Africa First has returned. It is back. And you know, so I remember not so long ago I had spoken about the hashtag Put South Africa First and what it was about and what it represented. So basically it's xenophobic, and people are saying let's keep South Africa to South Africans and not help anyone else who is a foreigner in our country, especially during this time. Nobody wants to, you know, care about what happens to people from foreign nationals. And the hashtag is back again, and it is so upsetting, and it is so sad to see that people are still standing behind xenophobia, that people are still saying, oh, we don't care what happens to them because they're not South African. It is sad to know that even during a time like this, humanity is, nobody cares. Nobody cares about people who are suffering. Disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. So the embassy Duli has decided to build an 8-kilometer long wall between South Africa and Zimbabwe to stop immigrants from coming in or going out. Almost kind of like the Great Wall of China, but it's not so great. And yeah. And coming in at number 8, Zooming with the Zoomers. So Zooming with the Zoomers is a series of YouTube videos that is posted by former President Gedleyihlekisa Jacob Zuma and his son Duduzane Zuma, who have this tell-all series where they talk about their experiences while being in power, while reigning, and you know what has happened, behind the scenes stories, you know, everything else, you know, just typical politics stuff. So our former president talks about how he was victimized. He talks about how he was framed. He talks about how hits were ordered against him. He talks about how he was poisoned and had to fly to Russia to seek medical help. And Duduzane Zuma also talks about how he was framed and he was almost killed, and you know, all these things. So they also go on to talk about our economy and how it is taking such a great hit. They talk about colonization and how we should keep Africa to Africans and you know, keep the Europeans out of it. As much as I'd love to believe that these people come from like this place where like they mean well, I know it's I'm not naive. Personally, I'm not naive, and I have receipts. I have receipts that will completely just discredit almost some of the things that they may say might be true, but some are just like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because we have all the proof, we've seen it all happen, and you're just going to come into the show and blatantly deny everything. He's talked about colonization and how we need to keep South Africa to Africans, when he sold the land to the Guptas, when he literally accepted 330 million from the Guptas so he could build his mansion in Dubai, when he literally, I'm talking about Dudizani Zuma, when he accepted 500,000 rands from the Guptas to help fund his marriage, when they've been accepting so much money, when they've built the great Nkandla and they've built the great houses in Johannesburg, when they've embezzled all these millions of rands and they've made deals with China to give them partnership into the land, to take some of the economy for themselves, and they've made deals with the Europeans. You're gonna come here and tell me that you're trying to look out for Africa? You're trying to look out for the people? Our president goes on to say stuff like, oh yes, he stole the money, but everybody else was stealing the money, and as much as he was stealing the money, he also looked out for the people. Now, I don't understand how you can look out for the people when you're stealing from them. It makes no sense whatsoever. The same thing that is happening to him is the same thing that happened to Julius Malema when he had to put hits on Julius Malema, when he had to put Julius Malema out of the picture because Julius knew so much that could put him away. It's the same thing that's happening to him when hits are being planned against him, when he's being poisoned. I guess it's just like a thing that happens in this little game of theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's like when everything was happening to your favor, when you were getting the money, when you were, getting the luxurious houses and, the big fat chicks, it was okay with you until you had fallen from grace, and now you're going to come back and talk about how colonization is a threat, talk about how unfair it is and how the economy is slacking and taking a hit because of these Europeans. You're the same man that sold the land to these same Europeans, okay? Every time you take something from Africa and give it to the Europeans, it takes a hit. Now, who are these people that are part of this economy? Disadvantaged black people. Dudizani Zuma mentioned something about how we need to stop focusing on the elite South Africans and start focusing on the poorest of the poor South Africans. What do you mean? What do you mean? Because not so long ago, you were stealing from these poorest of the poorest South Africans. Guys, I have a familiar story to tell. Y'all remember Julius Malema? When he had fallen from grace and he came to the people and it's like, I'm for the people, I'm for the poor people, I'm here for you. But he said all of that wearing literally a Gucci belt. Yeah, sure, you're poor, you're wearing a Gucci belt. And on top of that, he's stealing money from pensioners in Limpopo and Mpumalanga. And you're gonna tell me that you're looking out for the people? Can these people stop playing games with us? Can they stop? There are people out, if there's anything that COVID-19 has revealed to us, is that black people, even after 26 years of democracy, even after 26 years of freedom, there's still no freedom and there's still no democracy because we are still poor. Majority of the people who are standing in long queues to get food parcels, to get free masks, to get free sanitizers are black people who are disadvantaged because what we were promised by the government is not what was given to us. Instead, they're stealing money from us, they're embezzling money, they're doing this, they're doing that, but they're going to turn around and come back when they have taken the L and tell us that they're looking out for us. How do you do that? Explain to me. So honestly, no, that's not how it works. So thank you, but next. On news that is terrifying and has, hurt me and broke my heart, our favorite celebrity LKG, also known as Lerato has gone through a divorce. Is separated from her, I won't say husband now, her ex-husband, Tammy Zaza, who is, you know, a billionaire businessman, apparently is a fraudster according to, you know, my sources. And upon finding out what he, you know, did for a living and how he acquired all this money, she decided to leave him. It was 2 months after they had been married. Now a lot of people are coming up on some, oh yeah, well, this is a lesson, you can't just meet somebody for like 2 weeks and then marry them and think it's gonna work out. Honestly, there is no formula to this thing. People have been together for 20-25 years and they've still gotten divorces. So please just stop, okay? She's going through a lot is happening in her life. She's taken the greatest hit of her life. It's bad enough. You don't have to come with your 2 cents comments and just put salt in her wound, okay? Calm down, mind your own business, hydrate, drink water. You know, it depresses me so much seeing people rejoice in other people's hardships and in other people's pain. Can we give her time to heal? Can we give her space so she can deal with what's happening to her? You know, can we do that? Thank you. Number 10, on much lighter news before I wrap all of this up, hashtags lies I believed as a kid. I am so excited that you guys have decided to tune in. You guys have decided to subscribe. Let's stay safe. Let's wash our hands. Let's sanitize. Stay at home. Adhere about the lockdown rules. Before you'll know it, the whole nation will be at stage 3 and, you know, baby steps toward curbing COVID-19. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. From me, your favorite person in the world. Mwah. Bye-bye.